ABC, Spencer back. It's been a few weeks. I actually made a video earlier this week, but technically didn't like it too much, so decided not to upload it. So I'm going to talk about stuff that I talked in that video and some new stuff. Tons of stuff, records, tapes, and CDs. I'm not going to show everything today because it's just way too much stuff. As I recently mentioned, I've inherited my parents' record collection. Hundreds of stuff from the 60s and 70s mostly. Some 80s stuff too. Mostly my dad's stuff, some of my mom's. Tons of Stones and Beatles stuff. But a lot of like great 60s psychedelic stuff and just straight up rock stuff. Really good stuff. So I'm slowly gonna be picking through that, and I'll show you stuff as I listen to it. A couple of records today from that stash. Also a couple of tapes that I recently picked up. A couple other records that I bought used. And just today I stumbled across at a church flea market, no less, an amazing haul of CDs. So I'm going to show you those because I couldn't believe it. It's one of those digs where you're overwhelmed. There's so much stuff. I mean, I literally couldn't carry everything. I got about 40 CDs for about 10 bucks, and I had to leave some stuff there. It was just too much stuff. I ended up, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I already owned on CD and a few things on vinyl. That obviously, why do I need another CD if I already have it, right? It's the same one. But some awesome stuff that I just didn't expect to find. Definitely not at a flea market, at a church flea market, no less. Playing in the background is Sleep's Dope Smoker, and yes, I found this today at the flea market. I was so excited to find this. I've been into this band for a while. I haven't been able to find any of their stuff, and this is awesome. I do plan to buy the reissue when I can, but I haven't seen it anywhere yet, so and I haven't really wanted to shell the 30 bucks online plus shipping to pick that up, so I'm still waiting on the record of that. But also found Sleep's Holy Mountain. So awesome. 2 CDs by Hawkwind, another band I've recently got into a lot. The double live record, Space Ritual, which I've listened to about half of this so far today. This is amazing. I love this. Psychedelic, heavy, just everything I love in music. And of course this one has Lemmy on it. This one doesn't have Lemmy, and you can tell that's just not as heavy. I haven't listened to all of this yet. This is In Search of Space. Yeah, so interesting. Speaking of Lemmy, 3 CDs by Motorhead. March or Die. This is like a Motorhead best of, I guess. And the famous No Sleep Till Hammersmith live album. Obviously the person that all these CDs came from the same person, obviously. I mean, it's very similar styles. It just makes sense. There are a couple of exceptions, I guess, but no, I think it's just, you know, kind of makes you wonder where it came from, right? Like, why did someone get rid of all these? They're all in really good shape, like no scratches. The cases are, you know, other than the crappy cardboard cases, which, you know, suck, we all know that. But other than that, I mean, they're all in super good condition, and you just gotta wonder, why did someone get rid of all these? Maybe they bought them all on vinyl. AC/DC Live, it's a double CD set. Not a huge AC/DC fan, but you know, they definitely have some good songs, I'll give them that, so I'll check this out. And like I said, for a quarter, like all of these cost a quarter. So what happened was, like, you know, I grabbed a huge stack. I was kind of flipping out. Like I said, I took them up. I didn't know how much they were. They weren't labeled or anything. And then the person at the desk said they were 25 cents each. So I went back and got more, naturally. Rage Against the Machine live album. This is Montes Mouth, The Moon in Antarctica. Old Montes Mouth. This is from 2000. Long before they were a household name. Sorry, just looking for... There is another Montes Mouth here somewhere. I can't find it right now. 3 records by the Byrds. Live at the Fillmore in February 1969. The Byrds' Ballad of Easy Rider. And I don't know how much I'm going to dig this one. This one seems like it's... I guess their style changed quite a bit over the years, so we'll see. I'm more into the psychedelic stuff. And then Turn, Turn, Turn by the Byrds. I think I have this on vinyl, but I found it's pretty beat up, so cool to have it on CD. Queens of the Stone Age, Era Vulgaris. This came out in 2008. I believe it's the most recent album. And I think it's mostly live stuff. So yeah, that'll be cool to check out. Whole stack of Neil Young CDs. I've been getting into Neil Young a lot lately. Always admired him and liked his stuff, but my dad's stack of records that I just picked up had quite a few Neil Young records, but surprisingly none of the ones I found today. So the man was very prolific. I think there's a couple of live albums here. Weld is live. I think Freedom is also live, and then Harvest I have on record, but it is a beat up, so this is a flawless CD, copy of the CD, so that's cool. This is Chrome Dreams 2. It's a fairly recent one. Comes with a DVD as well. Then we have Ragged Glory and Massey Hall 1971, so that's cool. I'm trying a new setup today, so if stuff's blurry or out of focus, rather, I still need to work on it, so bear with me. Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros, Global A Go-Go. I think this is the last album he made before he died. And I've only listened to a couple of songs, but I really like it. Really cool. Definitely has a Clash vibe to it, so that's cool. And then, you know, a couple things I didn't have much time, so I was just kind of, you know, loading up my arms with stuff, and this is not what I thought it was. I haven't listened to it yet. Maybe it is. Anyway, it's called The Bronx. The band's called The Bronx. The record's called Casket Company. And I thought this was the American Bronx, but now I'm not so sure because it's on Massacre Records, which is based out of Germany. So I thought it was the American kind of punk hardcore Bronx, but now I'm thinking this is a different band called Bronx. So that'll be interesting to check this out. I mean, this looks like it's metal or hard rock. The dudes look pretty tough. You probably can't make that out too. Yeah, it's out of focus, so you can't really see it. But anyway, to check that out, I haven't listened to it yet. Rush Fly By Night. Unfortunately, I already own this on vinyl, and I've got a pretty good copy of it too. So, but I just couldn't leave it there for a quarter. You guys know what I'm saying. Flaming Lips, Flight Test. I'm not a huge Flaming Lips fan, but, you know, once again, brand new for a quarter. How can you not grab it? Best of Jimi Hendrix, Smash Hits. Jimi Hendrix is always cool. I've got several of his records on vinyl. And this is a 20th Century Masters Millennium Collection, which I have a few. I've got a Jam one, a Squeeze one, maybe a couple others. And you know, they sound pretty good, so that's worth it. Oh yeah, here's the other Montes Mouth. So I've actually listened to this one. This one's awesome. The Lonesome Crowded West. Really noisy, you know, pretty experimental and stuff. And this one came out, I'm not sure the date, but I think this is pretty old. Anyway, this is a great album. Really like it. Okay, moving right along. We've still got a few more to get through here. Ministry. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a crazy cool cover. Yeah, that's George Bush, Evil Lizard Man. And this record's called The Last Sucker. And it opens up. It's a pop-up book. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's obviously, you know, a parody of The Last Supper with, I think it's just American politicians in the poses. There may be world politicians, it's kind of hard to make out. I mean, there's Bush is there, and looks like Dick Cheney, and some other people on my CDs. Skipping fun. Okay, guys, sorry about that. So as I was saying, the CD was skipping, but I can't put it to the next track because it's one track. 50 minutes of one track. Okay, I got a couple of Ozzy CDs. This is Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads Tribute. And this is Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. These are like remasters. 22-bit SBM digital remaster, apparently. I haven't listened to these yet. It's kind of confusing though, because they both seem to have the same song track listings on them. So there's a couple of different songs, but what's the point? If anyone knows why that is, that'd be interesting. Kind of weird. And I'm almost to the end of the CDs. We got some Maggie Death. Awesome. I've been getting into them recently. I'm getting into the, you know, a lot of metal stuff lately, and I don't own much, so this is awesome because I'm kind of building up my metal collection. So Megadeth, The System Has Failed. This came out in 2004, so it's not that old. So I know it's probably not great, but still. Yeah, it was a quarter. Okay, 2001 Megadeth. This is, what's this called? World Needs a Hero. Yeah. And then I believe this is a reissue of Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good. Yeah, this originally came out in 85, I think. And this is definitely a reissue because it has some bonus demo tracks on it. And it says it came out in 2002, so yeah. So that was awesome to find. So that is it for CDs. Just a couple of tapes to show. A coworker of mine is moving soon, and he's trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff, so he actually has been giving me a bunch of tapes, which are all packed away in drawers right now, and I don't really feel like digging them out, but I've been listening to them a lot lately. I recently got a Sony Sports Walkman, you know, the yellow ones. So I've been rocking that on the bus a lot to and from work a lot lately. But these are two new tapes that I just got. We recently had the Halifax Pop Explosion, which is a yearly music festival that happens. And a lot of indie, metal, punk type bands play generally. Anyway, so I only went to 2 shows this year because, you know, I'm old and a dad and all that jazz. But I went to a metal show, which was actually really, really cool. A local band called Blackmore played, and they're just phenomenal. You guys should check them out. Blackmore, M-O-O-R. Anyway, they are just phenomenal. You know, traditional. I would say they're thrash, speed metal in that vein. Anyway. Awesome stuff. Raul, Citizen Toxie 69. You would love that band, man. Check them out. Okay, so 2 bands from Toronto played at this metal show. This is like 2 weeks ago now. The first one they're called Diamonds, and they're kind of a Motley Crue-ish, you know, I would say pretty much a hair metal band, with a female singer, who was actually a really good singer. She could sing, and she was doing the strut and, you know, all that stuff. It was a bit too over-sexualized for my liking, but, you know, they were definitely popular. So anyway, this is actually really well produced, and it sounds really good. You know, for me, it doesn't quite make it, but the tape was only a few bucks. So anyway, it's called The Bad Pack. So, you know, that was pretty good. And then the band that I went to see, that I was really excited to see, that headlined, were called Cauldron. This is their new tape, and they're more of a kind of new wave, maybe new wave metal band. Anyway, just phenomenal, really catchy, really good, but keep that edge, heavy stuff as well. This album's called Tomorrow's Lost. They had vinyl for sale. I opted to buy the tape. As good as this sounds, I still wish I had bought the vinyl. It was only 20 bucks, and it came with a 7-inch, so I'm kind of kicking myself now. But this is a great sound. This is the best sounding tape I own by far. So, and the package is so slick. I mean, it's just, you know, I know you probably can't see that too well, but it's just amazing. Awesome show. Awesome band. And I liked them so much that I bought the first album on vinyl at the show as well. This is only more of an EP, I guess. 6 songs, and this is great too. I mean, really, really good. But you can hear the progression, the maturity in the new album, as opposed to this one, which came out in 2007. So, and moving along. So like I said, I have been getting into metal, trying to build up, you know, kind of classic metal collection. I picked this up, Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1, and this is awesome. I absolutely love this album. Want to get some more stuff from this band. I know there are several eras of this band, so I think this is probably the era that I'm going to like the most, but this is just phenomenal. I know other people have showed this recently, but it deserves it. It's an awesome record. And I know this has been shown a lot too. This is a new Godspeed record. Hallelujah, Don't Bend, Ascend. And I know Henry's shown this, and probably a few others as well. But it's also phenomenal. Amazing packaging. Sounds great. Really heavy, really droney. Awesome, awesome stuff. Really enjoying that. Just got that a few days ago. And then to finish it off, this video's just gone on way too long now, probably. Thanks for sticking around if you have. Just gonna show a couple of psych records that I got from my dad's collection that I'm really digging. The Crazy World of Art, Arthur Brown. Many people have shown this, and for good reason. This is an amazing album. And it's in pretty good shape too. Still in the shrink, so really digging that. And also Small Faces. This is an awesome album too. Unfortunately, this copy, side 1 plays great, side 2 has a giant scratch through it, and it's pretty noisy as a result. It still plays, but unfortunately I can really only play side 1 on this one, which kind of sucks. But side 2 is that big, long, weird, experimental thing. So, and then Love, Dekappa, partially in shrink, also in really good shape. This one plays perfectly. I don't think there's barely a scratch on it. It's, yeah, this is just awesome. It's in great condition. So I think I'm gonna stop there. Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, subscribe, all that awesome stuff, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon. That's all.